Oh, by the way, my lights are clipping and I don't know why. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Are you depressed? Economy got you feeling down? Well, let's revisit some Depression-era cooking. Doesn't that sound fun? Today on the show, we're making Hoover stew. Yes, Arthur?
Colors.
Oh, he's evil. It's coloring.
Yep.
The Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 50 basis points today, in a sure sign that the economy is headed for disaster. Soon we will be in recession, regardless of who the next president is. So it's time to get used to eating hot dogs and beans. That's what we're serving up tonight. Courtney raises a good point that all of that was in jest. Arthur. Shh. Arthur decided that he wanted to sit in the chair and not watch what we're doing, but do something else. So if you hear Arthur, he's having a good time.
He's finger painting.
He's finger painting. Anyways, let's get the hot dogs rolling. If you want actual Depression era recipe content, I recommend Depression era cooking with Claire or something like that. It's very, very old YouTube content, and I think Claire is long since passed away. But it was like some homie documenting his grandma or something like that. And she was old and she's like, here's how we used to eat the hot dogs in the hard times. So we're gonna gussy up the Hoover stew a little bit today, and I'll explain my rationale. Unto itself, Hoover stew is like macaroni and hot dog and beans with some canned vegetables, and that's all you got, so you put it in a pot. That's Hoover stew. I'm gonna see how good I can get this to taste without adding too many things, and that's the challenge of the day. John and I are having a beer. We're having Trogs, I don't know, it has an umlaut. John's having Summer's Here lager, and I'm having the lager with the salt and lime. It's actually very nice. Cheers. Lime is far superior to lemon lime. We're gonna use animal fat to cook the hot dogs because I think because in the Depression, nothing went to waste. And so while you in your ritzy apartment have been pouring down cooking fat, it's getting worse. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so that's the one. Anyways, I was making a joke about pouring grease down the drains of a place that you don't own. In the poor times, you save that and you cook with it. Or in the modern times, you post about it on Instagram as some type of health benefit that you should actually be eating more saturated fat. This is not an endorsement of that content. So this is some pork fat from a big old pork butt that I roasted the other day. And there's probably pork in the hot dogs, so this will lend a depth of pork flavor. Okay, in the spirit of using what we got, I am using today Eckrich bun-sized Franks that I believe I got from Kroger with a free coupon where they said, here you go, have some hot dogs, son, and some skinless Polska Kielbasa, which is like a big hot dog, for a depth of hot dog flavor. A hallmark of poor cooking, which I can speak about a little bit from experience, is if you are so lucky as to use meat in your cooking, you chop it into small pieces. And you do that so it feels like there's more of it. So today I am chopping the hot dogs into small medallions, and I wanna ask the audience, does this look familiar to anybody? All right, I'm gonna throw those in the pot. Now, I was on the fence if I was gonna use 2 whole sausages in this recipe, probably upping the price of the ingredients, probably doubling it by using both sausages. But John asked if he could take some leftovers of this gourmet meal to his girlfriend, and so I said, well, I better use both sausages.
Thank goodness I said something.
Thank goodness. And I'm not gonna lie, I literally think I cannot cut a cheap kielbasa like this without snacking on it. It's the law. All right. Now my goal is gonna be. Thank you, Arthur. Goal. You can see I got some serious brown already on some of those dogs, which is why it's important to move them around. All right, onions. Half an onion. This is a big sweet onion, and I didn't really see too many recipes that called for onions, but in my familiarity of this genre of cooking, onions and potatoes were pretty common. You know, you probably didn't have much in the way of fresh produce, but certainly, so you probably had onions and potatoes. And you know, the prospect of just eating 5 ingredients didn't sound that great to me, so I was like, let me just sneak some cheap vegetables in there. I'm also adding some peppers that we grew, and there's nothing more frugal than growing your own food, which I say a little bit in tongue-in-cheek because, you know, you might, if you buy the seedling, you know, you might pay $3-5 for a plant that grows 2 peppers that you could have bought at the store for $1. But in this case, I got this seedling for free on the side of the road. Someone put it out and was like, I got too many. So I took it home, I put it in the ground, and so we're gonna, that's why we get to use them tonight, is these peppers. And they're some kind of sweet pepper. Has some weird name, I don't remember. I'm just gonna chop it rustically. I also have some like tomatoes. So a leftover tomato and some like end of the season tomatoes that I grew. And you may be wondering, like, why is it the end of the tomato season? It's because we're in drought and the garden's torched. That's why there haven't been much in terms of updates on the garden.
I think you should update them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny actually.
Here's the barren wasteland.
It's everything's dead. Our grass is like crispy brown, sad. A little bit of well done sausages in there. Not really sure why these things are cooking so fast, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna scoop these out, and then we'll get our veggies in there. Probably gonna take me 20 years at this pace. Okay, I'm gonna pop my veggies in. Probably throw some more tomatoes in there in a bit. I haven't chopped them yet. Oh, there's just a big chunk of tomato. It's fine. Whoever gets that chunk of tomato is lucky. Or something. So I definitely have some buildup on the bottom. I'm gonna let that keep going for a little bit, and I'm gonna try to deglaze with something. Sure, all the depression grannies were deglazing things left and right. I'm just kidding. Now I had this idea. I have a better idea. So I need to get water going for the pasta. Forgot about that. I had this idea. In a Hoover still, you just throw the whole contents of the cans. So like the bean liquid, tomato liquid. And I was thinking it might be interesting to try to reduce down that cooking liquid to see if we can turn it into a sauce, which I'm sure will be somewhat wretched. We'll salt the water a little bit. But actually, just the veggies themselves are enough to get some of the stuff off the bottom. See, a lot of it's come off, but not this part of the pot. I don't know what's going on with this part of the pot. It's collecting residue.
Put the vegetables on top of it.
Good advice. All right, let's see if my idea will work, which is to cook down the bean juice. I'll leave 1 bean in there too. Also just realized I got crushed tomatoes, so I can't cook down the tomato sauce. Not really. Oh, 2 beans. Oh, okay, this has to stop. And to that, I'm gonna add some garlic that I grew, which is the opposite of frugal. Chinese garlic is very, very inexpensive. I'm gonna really lean into our YouTube show identity today. I'm sure this will be edible. That's the bar today. All right, let's see if your theory worked. Hey, your theory worked. Is John a genius? Let us know in the comments below. You know, this currently does look like something a hobo would make. True to form. The veggies are softened, so I'm gonna get my dogs back in there. I'm just gonna let everything just kind of marry together. All right, I've done this before. I'm gonna do it again. I'm using frozen corn instead of canned corn. I don't like canned corn. I don't have a problem if someone else wants to eat canned corn. There's nothing wrong with it, I just don't prefer it. I already had this corn. The prospect of buying a can of corn, I didn't want to do it. So I didn't do it. Also, I bought the tomatoes at Wyland's. Because I was there, I didn't want to make a separate trip. And a can of corn at Wyland's is $2.49. Come on.
Hell no.
Come on. In this economy? All right. No need to steam the corn. Just go it in. Corn. We get our beans in here. Using dark red kidney beans. I don't know why, but I think those are some of the trashiest beans you could eat.
There's nothing wrong with kidney beans.
There isn't, but I just associate them with being poor. I guess, I don't know.
Kidney beans in general, or specifically the dark red ones?
Specifically the dark red ones. Check out our bean liquid. Man, what is even going on here? I'm stirring it with the pork fat spoon. I'm gonna put some ketchup in the bean water.
Yes.
I feel like it's gonna be good. Yeah. Oh, but please, you know what we're gonna hit it with?
Accent?
No, not MSG. Where's my Italian seasoning? There it is. Italian seasoning. If you got one seasoning blend, hit this one. And Depression Cooking with Claire, she's Italian, so a lot of the recipes have that Italian flair, as it were. Well, let's give it a little taste. I like it. It's good. It really is thickening up in an interesting way. Not much of a stew yet, is it? More like this pile of garbage. Do I want to push my luck? No. I'm just going to throw it in there. We don't tempt fate when you're boiling bean juice. Another thing that could have been good to do, oh yeah, is maybe like a squirt of Italian salad dressing. I think that'd be good.
You got that?
I do, but I used ketchup instead.
Maybe we'll top it with an Italian drizzle at the end.
Yeah, especially if it's bad. Especially if it's bad. Hey, it smells appetizing. Oh yeah, I forgot the tomatoes. That's what
I thought you were waiting.
I don't know, John. All right, now here's the plus one nutrition. You rinse that can, you swirl it around. You gotta get it all out of there. Well, I got most of it out of there. I'm happy we're making this nonsense. I'm glad we can laugh about this instead of being like, this will help me survive. All right, we'll be back. I'm gonna let this marry the flavors. We gotta boil our pasta, but things are looking good here. And I actually think that looks pretty thick. Tastes pretty good, although it's very, very hot dog flavor.
How many macaroni?
I'm gonna do a cup and a half. That seems like a good amount. That's dry, by the way. Unlike a ballpark hot dog, macaroni noodles expand. Oh wait, no. That is like a ballpark. They plump when you cook them. Wow. After all this time. Man, we're really innovating tonight. All right, the pasta is done. I can tell because the noodles are big. So we'll drain that out. We could retain the water, but why would we? Maybe if we needed to like thin the stew. Arthur's over here, he's got his toy trash can.
Oh no.
Here you go, bud. Green. Let's get our macaroni. Kind of think I could have added more macaroni, but I'm also at the point with this dish where I don't want to have too much of it. I think it's going to be fine, and I'm personally probably going to put hot sauce on it, but I think it's fine. I do feel like it's missing something.
Italian dressing.
Oh, fine. We'll put Italian dressing in it. That's what John wants. A little Italian dressing. We'll see what happens. Part of me wanted to put some mustard in it, but we're not going to do that.
Arthur said mustard. He turned around.
Arthur loves mustard. I think he likes it in concept more than execution, though. All right. Let's give that another taste. You were right, John. That's what I needed. It's actually a lot better.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's serve it up. I got some garlic bread going. It's not quite ready. I'm sure by the time I remember about it, it'll be burnt. Kind of smells like it's burning already, but it's not done. And here is our Hoover stew. I did not salt or pepper this. Maybe I added a little salt. But I do think that it would benefit from some pepper. Anything just anything, Fresh pepper. Some Himalayan pink salt.
So, depression era.
Yeah, that's right. And there it is. All right, let's give it a taste test. It's actually a little bit too hot to eat, but that's all right. I got the bean, hot dog, corn. It's like what you would expect.
Is it not good?
It's fine. It's just not. I could not, in good conscience, call it good.
But do you like it?
I like it fine. I definitely think that this will be a vehicle for hot sauce. I was gonna dump hot sauce on it and shovel it in my gullet. I can't imagine being like, this is what I want to eat tonight. Having made it this one time, I can't see that happening again. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hot sauce. Thank you. That was very helpful. I don't need to taste it with hot sauce. I know what hot sauce tastes like. And that is our show. God bless you and your family. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, bring me my cheapest hot sauce. Thank you. Smart way. I think it was 75 cents. Yeah. That's how you do it. I don't think I have anything else to say. Goodbye.